What's up, everybody? Welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today, today, today. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I had to get y'all heard the bell. Had to get my Tuesday, my bell right. And I can't wait to get this thing started with y'all today. It's gonna be a pretty exciting show. You need to text, tag, tell somebody. I'm gonna share some stuff I've never shared. I be trying to go deep in my bag trying to find something. Looking at old Jay-Z right there. He going on tour. Uh, let's see. Let me get all my vitals set up and make sure. Let me see how it's looking over here on YouTube. Did I share? Let me share. Hold up. Let me go to YouTube and share it. Yeah. Okay. Let me do my sharing, and then I'm gonna come back to y'all. And I got a question. Um, well, ain't enough for y'all on there yet, so I'll wait. I'll wait. I got a question. Got a question for my peoples. Got a question. Can't wait. I hope y'all can. You know what? Some of y'all, I know Daryl Anderson don't like to, but don't y'all know it helps me a lot when I know what you want to hear and know the kind of stuff. It just helps me. Cause sometimes I don't want to be up here talking about stuff that y'all don't even want to talk about. Then I'm up here just talking. Y'all over there washing the dishes and doing whatever. And I can be leaving and go and do something else. You feel me? Cause you know how I feel about time. Y'all know time is very, very valuable to me. And I really think about time a whole lot. And I really, really do. So share the show. Matter of fact, let me see. I want to look at something right quick. Let me go to my let me go to my notes right quick. Cause I just want to see. Oh, I did not. I thought I did. Interesting. I'm gonna have to just find it. Oh no, I got a few of them. But I was just thinking about something. Daryl Anderson, Rod Wells, that is Moody. We're gonna share this show until to people get. I know I came right on time, but some time. Time is important. Uh, uh, y'all been hearing about this OnlyFans stuff? I ain't studied it enough to understand it yet. I can't wait. Brandon Weefall, I see you. Brandon Weefall, I mean, I I I just be thinking about something. It warms my heart when a young man can call me early this morning, Joe Lewis, and explain to me, Mr. Hatter, man. I know I watch this show and I support the show, and I know some people, they don't understand the value of it. He said, but you told us about Project 2025 before anybody told us about it. And a lot of people just blew it off. And but Mr. Hatter, if you look on page 159 of that 922-page manifesto of the 2025 Project 2025, this TSA thing, and maybe later in the show, Dad Moody, I might bring it up. I might, cause when somebody called me and tell me they remember me, letting them know about this thing, Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me, and y'all got to really. Even like yesterday, young man, he got two beautiful daughters out there playing golf. He said, "Man, you got on Edward Harris yesterday. Let me know when Edward Harris get on the feed, cause I really didn't get on him. But the guy kind of new to the show, but I didn't even know what he was talking about. He said, "You really got on." 'Cause all I was telling him, cause he put up on the screen yesterday about the guy Rob Martin, the guy from High Point. I know he done moved up to the second round, and I just let him know to just hold on, man. I mean, y'all people perish from lack of knowledge. All I wanted to do is give him another way to think of it. You follow me? I just wanted to give him something else to think about. Uh, and I didn't mean. Hold on. Uh, I didn't mean to, man. So you got on. I don't remember getting. I mean, I guess if you ain't never really watched this show, you don't understand how it worked, and I understand that. I challenged them, but I suppose all I wanted him to do is give me some more information. Other Brown. That's all. Because a lot of people be always talking about, man, this guy can be uh, let's see, what's it? And you know how I am. I'm gonna call my draft people and ask, and they said, no, man, no, you got a lot more work to do. You got a lot more work to do. And that's all I was trying to really explain it. I mean, I mean, listen, especially if you're new to this show. Uh, we trying to find some stuff. I want him coming back later saying, Robert, I thought about it. Here's some more. Here's where, people are always critically thinking. That's why you think he should go. Critically thinking. That's all I wanted to know. Why you think he should go in the second round. And people don't understand and what I was trying to play, how hard this NBA is. And you know what? And y'all gonna y'all gonna bring something out of me today. If somebody said the right thing, y'all gonna bring something out of me that y'all gonna learn something about this NBA. Y'all gonna learn something about this the the uh the March Madness. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all somebody got to bring it out of me today. So when Ed Harris, when you get here, man, holler at me. Holler at me, man. Cause I didn't mean to get on you. I was just challenging you. Okay? So all my new people, I ain't listen. I am trying to challenge you to critically think about everything. That's all. And I know, yeah, but I'm gonna challenge you to critically thinking about sports. That's a sports topic. And I'm gonna challenge you to think about sports. Listen, even the Project 25 affecting sports. Guess why? People gonna have a hard time getting to Houston to see the golf tournament. Unless you're on a private plane, see the golf tournament, the baseball game, the Rockets game, not the Rockets, but the March Madness. It's gonna affect sports. Are y'all? I hope y'all understanding everything. Politics, Robert. I don't do politics. Politics do you. Politics gonna have you waiting for 4 hours in the thing to see your sporting event. Boy, y'all, we gonna get it one day. We gonna get it. Then I'm just watching it. Do anybody understand what I'm saying? Other Brown, y'all, let me know if you know what I'm talking about. All of this stuff is intertwined. We had 90 million people that didn't vote. I'm gonna sit this one out because Killer Mike said it. I'm gonna sit this out because Nicki Minaj said it. I'm gonna sit this one out because Cardi B said it. I'm gonna sit this out. I know you do politics, but Callie, I mean, they always. I don't do politics. I voted for Trump because I make a little money. How is that money doing? Have y'all been to the gas station? Some that you used to fill up for $49 cost 77. Your hotel's gonna cost more to go to your sporting events since since politics in this government, all it is it's the science of distributing as distributing resources. Y'all voted for, not y'all, but them other people voted for a president that want to give ICE some money, but not the TSA workers. Why? Because if you go on page 159 of the of the Project 22, go to 159. I told you, it's a 922 page manifesto, but on 159, they talking about exactly what they trying to do. It's politics. What's up? What's up? What's up, there, big coach? Big coach. Big coach. But you know what, big coach? I'm watching this boy. What his name? Ben McCallum. This coach. I can't go through my Twitter page without him sucking him off. Sweet 16 must be a big, big thing. They sucking all these coaches off. Y'all know how I am. Then I look over in Denmark. Somebody sent me. They investing. Watch this. $83 million in textbooks and turning away from its digital first approach to education. This follows research showing the screens reduce concentration, impacts mental health, and hurts student performance. Yet another dynamic to the ed tech debate. Over in Denmark, just in case. Sometimes stuff pop to me, they just sent me. Now my people sending me something. All of them. Delta, right now, is suspending its special service desk for members of Congress until TSA is fully funded. You can't call Delta with no special requests no more, members of Congress. They said members of Congress will now be treated just like all flying customers. You don't get to go through the special way till y'all figure this shit out. And hold up, Congress has voted on it to fund them. But your homeboy that all of y'all like, the one time he can grab you on your crouch, he said, no, until y'all do this, I ain't finding that until y'all take care of my little situation over here. Congress then voted to pass it. This is now a Trump shutdown. And I wonder, is y'all gonna talk about that in your sister circles? I wonder, is you gonna talk about that on the basketball court? I wonder, I'm just wondering. Y'all know, I promise y'all, when I was in that airport, I was loud and I was talking to all them people who I think that voted for Trump. I was talking loud. Yes, I did. I said, this what happened when you vote for that damn fool. I said in there, and I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous as hell because I thought about it. I had to give my ID. They put your ID in that thing. They probably said, don't let his ass go nowhere else. Yeah. And now, my baby got home safe. My son got home safe. My daughter, my grandson, they done got home safe. I can talk stuff now. I didn't mean to go there. I didn't mean to go there, y'all. But I'm going back to the Sweet 16. How these coaches, they just. I guess it's hard to make the Sweet 16. It's 68 teams start out, then you get down to Sweet 16, then you're gonna go to the Elite Eight, then you're gonna go to the Final Four. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. I got a question too. I want everybody because I want that. I want to know what you know. I want you to know what you think about. Um, what do you feel about Darren Peterson? Just tell me his year, him as a prospect. Tell me whatever you think about him. Darren Peterson, the Cali is a guard, a basketball player, young basketball player, great basketball player who played for Kansas. His team lost the other day. Could have won. It gave away a last second shot. Should have beat them. Should have beat St. John's. But what do you think about him? I want to hear. I want to know what Thaddeus Moody think about him. I want to know what Eric Harrison think about him. I want to know what Big Coach think about him. I want to know what Otha Brown think about him. I want to know what Joe Lewis think about him. I want to know what Gerald. And I want y'all to share the show. Let's share the show, everybody, right now. Let's share the show. And shout out to Michael Jordan again. His team won again. His NASCAR team have now won 4 races in their 6 tries this year. Show you a little of that.
He still got it. Domination. I love it. Let's go. Woo. Man, what a kick ass. Great call. Man, I knew we had a fast car. We just had to get back on the track. He still got it.
And by the way, just in case you didn't know, he still owns 31% of the Charlotte Bobcat. Charlotte. Is they the Hornets? Charlotte Hornets. I'm sorry. The Charlotte Hornets. I'm dating myself. But he's loving racing. He's always, them North Carolina guys love racing. And just wanted to shout out to him, man. I like that. Him and Denny Hamlin. He said, I just fund the money. Denny got the brains behind it, and we got a new team. But share the show. So Barnes said, I think he's pretty good. Gets to his spots with ease. Okay. I got you. I want to hear what everybody else. What you think? What you think about it? What do you think about all the controversy around it? What did you think? And I'm just asking now because I'm gonna come back later and I might talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. Okay, Coach said he has some red flags. Okay, but man, Acuff is playing him and Kingston, making a strong case for the first guy coming off the board. That's what I wanted to hear. Great basketball. Our question was Kansas. Oh, that's a good one. That was a good one. Thaddeus Moody. I'm getting these things, Coach Thaddeus Moody. If I hear the right thing, I'm gonna go into it and talk to y'all about something. I'm just waiting on. I love those. I love those. Matter of fact, let me put them on the screen, and then we're gonna talk about it a little later. What my guys? I hope I'm still up there. I asked about Darren Peterson. Mr. Barnes said I think he's pretty good. Gets to his spots with ease. Let's see. Big Coach said he has some red flags, but man, Acuff is playing him and Kingston making a strong case for coming up. Okay. All right. I like this. And I'm gonna answer all of them questions. Great basketball, but our question was Kansas a good fit for him? I like that. I like all of them. But we're gonna come back to that. Coach, I promised I want y'all to hear them young men. That's why I wanted y'all to share the show. I wanted y'all to hear those young men I was talking about at the end of the show. I wanted y'all to hear this. I like him. I think he's the first guard up. But give me a reason why. Just saying he the best guard, but give me something that'll say, okay, Robert, this the reasons why he's the best guard. first God. From what I have read, he seemed to have moved around a lot, and I'm not sure it was due to his handlers. Where have he moved around to, Darryl Barnes? I've never heard that one. Where have he moved around to? See, you got to watch what you read. Where have he moved around to? And y'all, is it just me? And then we're gonna go into this. But 'cause I want to talk about this, but because I love this kind of topic. Thank you, Darryl Barnes, for being a contrarian in this one. And all of y'all got good. Give me some more. Darren Peterson, what do you think about it? But I want to know, hey, don't Brandon Weefall, just don't say he's gonna be the first guard off the board. Give me a reason why you think he should be the first guard. Because we want to learn something. You know, anybody can say that. Shit, Stephen A. Smith, dumbass, be saying that. But is it just me? But for the last couple, I saw this for the last couple of months, all these athlete podcasts and hot take shows seem to spend more time going viral, attacking each other or random beef that have nothing to do with the show than actually talking about an actual topic. Cam Newton has Stephen A. Smith, Ops, Jason Whitlock on his podcast to talk about how much of a fraud Stephen A. is. Why would Cam Newton do that? You on a show with Stephen A. Smith, which your ass might not be on next season, and you go let, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna show you why I don't like that, right? I ain't letting nobody come on this show and talk about Jimmy. No, can't do it. Can't come on this show and talk about Chris Walker. It's one guy tried. And I said, no, player. No, not on this show. You ain't finna come on this show and talk about Chris Walker. He's first of all, he's not here. I didn't invite you. Jimmy invited him, but no, you're not gonna come on that show and talk about. Uh, uh. So I really don't understand Cam Newton, knowing the disdain that these two gentlemen have for each other. Allow him to come on his show. Uh, I'm liking the Lakers right now, Eric Bowen. Even despite you and all the sexuals, I like the way JJ Redick got these guys playing. I like the Lakers, but I want to know, Eric, what did you think about Darren Peterson, the young man? I know you probably just only look at the Lakers, but Darren Peterson is a young man to play for Kansas, and I'm just you know, I just thought about something, because, and the reason I thought about it, and y'all can keep putting the topic is up there. Uh, Matter of fact, let me write something. Um, I'm gonna put some on the screen so when people come in, topic. Let's see, topic. Let me put it up here just in case, right? You know, what are your thoughts? Going too fast. Hold on, that's wrong. What are your thoughts about Darren Peace? Darren, think I got his name right. Peterson. I just want to know, ladies and gentlemen, because I was thinking about him. I was thinking about the young man, and I want to put that across the screen. It's gonna be ticking across the screen. Uh, That is Moody. You didn't tell me about my name because I got on you yesterday. I was messing with you, man. You know I'm gonna mess with you. What are your thoughts about Darren Pierce? Sterling Creek said, I love his game. It translates to the NBA. I don't think he was holding him. I don't think they were okay. I like that. And now you said Peterson, who lived in Ohio, West Virginia, California, and back to Ohio. Tell me what you mean. He's but he what you mean he lived in Ohio, Virginia, California, and back to Ohio? What do you mean by he lived? Help me out. A cuff is a hog. That's the best. I wasn't talking about A cuff though. Serious though. He used spacing on the floor. He's a hog? What's a hog? Kirk Collins, I don't know what you mean. You mean a dog? Let me show you what you put up there. Let me show you what you put up there, man. Your man says a hog. And this man said the man that lived in all these cities. What you mean? Peterson done lived in all these cities. What you mean? Give us some. What you mean? What has him living in certain cities? How is that a negative? And that was what are you talking about? Uh, King Stick says something just don't sit right with it. I'm just trying to find out what y'all. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Let me see. Tell me, what you mean, Daryl? I'm just trying to get a. I'm just trying to get. I'm critically thinking. See, sometimes y'all see what happens when I ask questions. I'm just saying, what is? Uh, okay. I'm just. I'm asking. I mean, and y'all taking so long. Yo, school. Me, y'all. I did not know any of this stuff about these guys. Okay. Okay. All right. So this what should have been said. Darren Peterson has lived in at least 4 distinct cities locations during his high school career in college basketball. Canton, Ohio, his birthplace, and where he attended middle school and played for Cahuga Valley Christian Academy. Okay. Huntington, West Virginia, where he went to prep school. Napa Valley, California, where he spent his senior season at Prolific Prep, normal. And Lawrence, Kansas, where he attends to play University of Kansas. What is wrong with that? What? From what I read, he seems to have moved around a lot, so I'm sure it's due to his handlers. Let me help you out. Watch this. From Canton, Ohio, where he went to high school, he wanted a better high school. He wanted a high school that could, just like these guys leave Houston and go to another place, he wanted to leave Ohio because I guess the little Christian Academy wasn't getting it. Okay? Went to Huntington Beach and went to the Huntington Prep, right? Where he played for Huntington Prep. He didn't like Huntington Prep. So he went to California, Napa, where he played a senior season at Huntington Prep. Then in Lawrence, Kansas, where he went to college. And this dude here says something don't sit right with him. Hold up. Let me get back to my board here. Make sure I can put this up. Let me put that up on. From what I read, hold up. What that man said? From what I have read, seemed to have moved a lot, so I'm sure it was due to handlers. I love Darryl Barnes. I love y'all. I love y'all comments. Can I talk to y'all for a minute? Can I talk? I'm gonna talk to you. No, you can talk about A-Cuff. A-Cuff. No. I just said I wasn't talking about him. That wasn't. I just letting you know we wasn't talking about A-Cuff. But I thought about something. Somebody, they always calling me. Y'all, I wish y'all, boy, one of these days, I just wish y'all could get some of these phone calls. Y'all gonna be saying, boy, I don't see how you do it. Watch this, Kirk Collins. Watch this, Belinda. Belinda, watch this. I was asked the question. Kirk Collins is gonna love this. I was asked the question: have you seen any other players, Hatter, that the obvious big four plus Derek Akoff, they put him as a big five now, that have really stood out to me as a guarantee that they can play at the NFL level, NBA level? These are the kind of questions that were asked from me. Okay? Have I seen anybody else other than the big? Y'all don't know who the big five are? The big four? Boozer, Wilson, DeBanster, and Peterson. Them the big four plus Akoff. Okay? And you know what I told them? What my man Thaddeus Moody at? You know what I told him? Share the show, y'all, because it's about to get good. Listen, I'm going to take y'all behind the scenes of some of this stuff, right? But I told him, I said, look, and we're going to get a first-hand seat, front row seat of him on Thursday. Paige Stojakovic's son. What is his name? Oh, what is his name? Hold up. What is Paige's son's name? I don't even know the dude's name. It just slipped me. Paige's son. Okay, there we go. Andrea. No, not Wagner. No. Not Wagner. He asked me. I like him. And if he get to be anything like his daddy, Jesus, Andrea. I guess it is Andre. Thank you. With a J at the end. But then Acuff, everyone I talk to recognize his talent. Okay. These NBA people I'm talking to, right? It's almost that the way they talking to me, it was all like that Robert, he should have been included in the big four at the beginning of the season with Boozer. He should have been included in the big five with Boozer, Wilson, DeBanster, and Peterson. He should have been. I don't care if he come off the bench. I'm talking about playing in the NBA right now. What's up? I know Kennedy in Utah, man. I saw the jersey little thing, man. Boy, I'm so proud, man. Hey, that young fella there. I mean, you know I keep up with everything you post, man. You know I keep up with it, man. Kennedy Chandler, young a fella from my hometown, Memphis, Tennessee. He still keep plugging away. I hope he have a career like Mike Conley and just can keep playing for the rest of his career. Great kid, great family. His dad is on the feed right now. But Pop, I was just thinking, because me and some guys was just talking, right? Because we're talking NCAA, March Madness going on, and they just asked me a question. We just talking. They said, "Have I seen any other players other than the Big Four or the Big Five?" And I told them, I like Pager, so I like him. It's just certain things that he does, and if he can ever get to shoot like his daddy, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But Derek Hoker. Y'all let me know when my man Ed Harris get on here, man. I got to talk to Ed because all of this is for Ed. But you know what? I thought about something. You know, I was watching. I said, and I asked him. I said, Peterson can play the 1 and the 2, and I'm just talking in terms because I like basketball players, but I'm just going in their terms. This how they speak. So I have to speak their language when I'm talking to them. I said the bastard can play the 2 or the 3. I said Caleb Wilson may develop in a 2 or 3 out of 4. But I said Acuff is a 1, period. He was born a 1. His position is defined. He ahead of the game. And I was telling him, you see how smooth he is. He can get any shot he wants. He can run a team. That is why, at a young age, Darren Peterson, parents had him playing the 1 all through his young years. Did y'all hear what I just said? Because the NBA today, that's the most competitive position. You have to be able to set up a defense. Set up the offense. Be able to set your guys up, but you got to also be able to what? Give me 18 to 20 points a game too. Competitive position. Darius Acuff, I think he's listed at 6'3", right? Y'all share this, because this gonna be some good stuff. You're gonna be the smartest person at the nail shop. Y'all gonna be talking about this in the nail shop. They asked me, they said, Robert, is he tall enough to be able to make an impact at the NBA level? Okay, that is Moody said. Repeat that again. Okay. Because the NBA today, that young man, this man on the screen right here, his son is one of them. Right there. Hold on. I'm gonna add him. Let me add him to the broadcast right quick. This man right here, I'm gonna make it big for you so you can see it. This man right here. That's Kennedy Chandler. Google him. Kennedy Chandler. Play for Utah right now. Okay? He one of them. Okay. All right. I'm just helping you out with what made him so great. All right. You have to be able to set up the defense, be able to set your guys up. But you also have to be able to go out and get me 18 to 20 when I need you to get it. Darius Acuff is listed at 6'2" or 3", around in that area. But they asked me, Robert, is he tall enough to play in the NBA level? I said, Jalen Brunson exists. Trae Young exists. But you have to be special, like Kennedy Chandler. You got to be special. Darius Acuff, he's so skilled, he's so talented. Look at the lack, and look, and I want y'all to understand, a lack of size can be a detriment, right? But not for this kid, because if you go behind the screen, he's going to hurt you. He knows how to manipulate a screen. No worries. But looking at this draft, because I think Let me know when Melvin Dudes get on. Melvin Dudes was talking about uh, if I'm drafting number 15, I'm gonna get a good player. I'm not saying I'm gonna get no no transition player. I ain't saying I'm gonna get no. I say you're gonna get a good player. If I'm drafting 20th, there are some 7-footers out there with a little more development can be starting centers in this league, right? If you do your homework anywhere in this draft, you have the potential to get a good player. Even if you're drafting in the 20s, there is something. It's some talent in this draft. And when the guy was talking to me about Darius Cuff, I said it's a guy in the NBA that is A-Cuff size is Darius Garland. With speed and pace, can create his own shot. The young man has this dude Garland and Darius Cuff. What I like about him, he got some killer instinct in him. Some people may say, watch this now. I'm on this phone with these guys. Some of them say that he may go above Boozer. And you know what I'm gonna do? That is Moody, Brian Boatwright. When somebody tell me that, what I'm gonna do? Why? Why? They answered, and they told me. They said, when you get to the NBA, what is Boozer's position? See, that's how they talk. Big three, small forward. And my thing is, can he guard a three? Eric Harris, man. Hey, man. Somebody came to me, I was hard on you yesterday. Man, I didn't mean to be hard on you. So I just want to let you know, man, charge it to my heart, my head, not my heart. I wasn't trying, I was just trying to get you to critically think. And this whole topic that I'm talking about today is cause of you. You are very valuable. Because the partner of mine who ain't never watched the show before, a guy, I saw him on the golf course. He said, you were hard on Mr. Harris. I said, I don't remember being hard on him. I let him get away easy yesterday. Why would you say have A-Cuff grown on me? I didn't never say he wasn't good. What you mean? He ain't grown on me. I knew who he was all the time. I don't understand that. That is Moody. Take me. Have he grown on me? I liked him. Because see, that is Moody. I understand there's a lot of stuff you can't do in college. Because you got a whole lot of more people out there that got their boxes they got to play in. And they got to play. And sometime in college you got to play in a box. Especially when you play for teams like Cal, you got 5 All-Americans on your team. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. So it wasn't that he's growing on me. The dude was he was one of them. I saw him destroy everybody in high school. But when he got to college, I saw how he was restricted. See, this how I look. We just look at the game in different lenses. But yes, I ain't saying he grown on me. I'm just giving you facts about him. Hey, I don't have to like you, but if you were bad, I don't have to like you. But if you bad, you bad. I ain't no hater. You know, some people, man, I don't like him because I don't like his daddy. I don't like him. He can't. But no, his ass can't play. I don't like him because he can't. I'm gonna tell you about his game. But I'm looking at this. I'm looking at Cam Buser because somebody told me. They said, Robert, he might go higher than Boozer. He might go before Boozer. And I said, whoa, why? He said, then he got to give me, he said, Boozer, he can shoot. He's good, but is he a 3? Or is he an undersized 4 or undersized 5? Darius Akoff, there's no question about his position. The NBA love that. Depending on how the lottery falls, if you need a point guard and Darren Peterson is off the board and you need a guard, why would you not take Akoff? Would you not take him? His stock is higher as ever now. The next time, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm back to Peterson again. Hold on, cause that's my boy. Uh, uh, see, the next time you'll see Peterson, ladies and gentlemen, is on a NBA basketball, on a basketball floor. He will have some NBA branding on his front of his jersey and in the summer league. That's the next time you're gonna see him. Okay. And for some people, there are still a lot of questions. I went through all these questions. Watch these guys. Let me. You know, we got one guy. He don't know what the hell he talking about, man. He said what he said. He's something he don't like about him. Who was that? When did I start asking about him? I'm looking over here at my board. You know, uh, he said Peterson lived in Ohio, West Virginia, California, and back to Ohio. Like that's a bad thing. No, he had a purpose to go to those things. Everything was a purpose. And then this guy, this young man, he said, it's just some don't sit right with me about Peterson. Respect, he said it. Sterling Creek said, what did he say? I love his game. It's translate to the NBA. I don't think they was holding him accountable. Okay. Boy, I got something on that one. Buddy. Who else? Anybody else say something? Anybody else say something? So here we go, Jay Jackson. I'm talking about my boy. I'm talking about my young fella right here. What topic? Just in case you just popped in. What you think? What are your thoughts on Darren Peterson? And what I found out about him, the kid can score. He can create offense. He is an NBA talent with the eye test. But his participation in games, not being around for the entirety of them. Hold on. That's my main man on here. Had to have a question. Why for the last decade, Duke players that get drafted to the NBA don't pan out? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. But all of them want to run to Duke. Let me put that on the screen. My main man Ed Harris is back today. Let me put that on the screen. And we'll come back to that. There we go. How do I have a question? Why for the last decade, players that get drafted to the NBA don't pan out to be good players. Now, Zion was a great player. I don't care what nobody say about that. Zion. Cooper Flagg is a badass dude. Jason Tatum was a badass dude. But we're gonna talk about it because you're using absolutes, but that's not. We'll talk about it because it's too many bad dudes from Duke. Okay, so not. But everybody want to go there. The brotherhood. But talk about Darren Peterson right now, right? Sometimes, because the reason I talked about this was because of you, Ed Harris, and you're gonna understand why this when I finish this thing. It's gonna be a minute. Yeah, we're gonna learn some basketball today, but because I was talking to some people. Let's see, what they was telling me. Because they said his participation in games, not being around at the end of the game, sometimes showing up, sometimes not showing up in the regular season. Hearing some of his comments after being eliminated the other day, letting the world know that he was going through some stuff, some off the court stuff. I don't know what it is that really affected him. I knew something was wrong with the boy. That's what I said. And I was never, if y'all notice, I was never too hard on him. I didn't like the defensive play he made the other day. All he had to do is get over. I didn't like that. I'm gonna talk about that. When your ass don't play defense, I don't care who you. If you can be Steph Curry, when he didn't play defense, I didn't like that. But let me keep going. That really affected him. Also, the cramps was a major issue. He kept cramping up. Um, somebody said, Robert, are there too many red flags to make him the number one pick? That's what they asked. Guess what I said? Somebody guess what I said. Somebody help me. I'm gonna wait because I want everybody. I got my man Ed Harris here today. Ed, I didn't bookmark your thing. Jay Williams was good, but decided to ride a motorcycle. Oh yeah. But he did say in the last 10 years, Jay Williams. He said in the last 10 years. Was Jay in? No, Jay was past the last 10 years. But anybody know? They asked me, Robert, are there too many red flags to make him the number one overall pick? What y'all think? Harold Tillman, what you think? Share the show. Share the show. Text tag, tell somebody. I'm serious. Text tag. I'm telling you, do it, lickety split. Do it right now. Because I want to get. I'm gonna get to some stuff that I'm trying to. I'm gonna take y'all behind the curtain just a little bit. Take y'all behind the curtain. All the stuff I just. Okay, let me go. Hit a red flag. Status Moody. Hit a red flag. All right. But his participation in games are not being around for the entirety of them. Sometimes showing up, sometimes not showing up in the regular season. These are red flags. Hearing some of his comments after being eliminated, letting the world know that he was going through some stuff on and off the court, and it really affected him. And the cramps were the major issue. Those are red flags. Those are red flags. Those are red flags. Unlimited potential, but Peterson, when he is in his right frame of mind, number one pick. Okay, all right. Let's keep going. I just want to know what y'all think. I like that, Glenn Bishop. I don't know where you've been. You ran off on us. I ain't know what you be. Ed Harris, what did you say? You messed up. To me, his body of work is saying a lot. Oh, I like that, Ed Harris. I like that. I like all y'all's. I like all of y'all. But I did say, Darryl Barnes know exactly what I said. I told him, hell no, right? And let me tell you why. This college stuff, when they get this boy to the NBA, and with their doctors and their trainers, they are going to figure out what's causing these cramps. He ain't got no tissue damage, just cramping up. See, my people have heard me say that they grind these guys just a little bit too much in high level basketball. High level, when your cat is they put these kids through the grind. I've seen them. I've seen J. Michael Reese and Rashid Suleiman get put through the grind because they were child projects. They every day, everything is about working out. But they play too much, right? That man said he has too many lights on his dashboard for me to purchase it, number one. Okay, all right, okay. But let me keep going. I like all these comments. Let me flag all these comments. Let me see. I'm gonna flag them because we're gonna go back to them. I'm flagging them. Yeah, I did say hell no. I said hell no. And I'm gonna tell you why, but I'm gonna give you a reason why. I said hell no. These kids are playing too much. This kid, watch this. Listen to me. This kid, Darren Peterson, has been getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning since the 9th grade, doing 3 workouts a day, and play a full summer ball schedule. If they ain't playing from Thursday through Sunday, maybe 7 games a week, is it too much? Is it too much? I know someone that coached him early in his career, Sam Mitchell. Sam Mitchell was assistant coach at Memphis tennis at Memphis at University of Memphis. Sam Mitchell, he used to coach him. He talked about the kid's schedule. He said it was brutal, and he used to tell the parents all the time, "Y'all are killing these kids. They don't get rest." Look at one of the main topics in the NBA right now with guys making $30 to $40 million. What is it? Rest. Taking care of their bodies. Cutting travel time. Making sure that they eat right. We are doing this to kids in the 9th grade. All through the 9th grade. Without the NBA training staff and no nutrition. You got a mom and a dad, and you got a dude that played at the local college level, a workout coach who wants to take credit for developing the kid, who got him in the gym 3 times a day. He's not injured. He's not injured. He's just having cramps. Watch this. Somebody, watch this, y'all. Hold up. Let me put this. I'm gonna answer this one shortly. Watch this. See, some people don't get paid to think. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. I don't think he probably like basketball as much as we think. They got him in the gym 3 times a day. And the kid's never gonna say no. Y'all hold that one. Y'all talking about this guy's talking about, let me put a star by that one. See, Sam was coaching the team that Darren was on. They had practice on Friday. They would have 2 to 3 on Saturday and 2 practices on Sunday. And then Sam would fly back home. Sam would fly in on Friday. They would go eat pizza. Saturday, they would have a nice long 3-hour practice. Then they would go to the movies. And then on Sunday, they would have a regular 2.5-hour practice. You know what he tell those kids? You know what Sam used to tell those kids? Make sure you hydrate. Get a good balanced meal and get off your feet. No more workouts. When I leave, no more workouts. And figure out what day of the week that you want to just take out and rest. because the bodies are still growing and still developing. They're not pros. They're not 28-year-olds. A 28-year-old can push himself through it. When you're 15-year-old, your body is still developing. You know, he young, he can do all this. No. This kid has been worked so hard, ladies and gentlemen. I think once an NBA team gets him and do a full workup on him, I think he'll be just fine. But this kid loves to play. This came from Sam. He said that's what blows his mind when people like King Stick say he don't love to play. I just gave you a schedule since the 9th grade. How can you tell me this kid don't want to play? And he's doing all of this unless he's burnt out. I never forget Wayne Embry. Look him up. General manager, one of the first black general managers in the NBA. And he was the president of one of these teams, and a GM called, he called one of these a Hall of Famer lazy. A GM called a Hall of Fame lazy. And Wayne let him finish. That's why I let y'all finish. That's why I let y'all. Ivan Reed, dude is probably burnt out physically. No, he don't hate no basketball. No, psychologically. He love basketball. He loves basketball. I'm telling you from the people that know him. He loves basketball, Ivan Reed. He loves it. But let me keep going. Let me keep going. See, and I'll help you, Ivan. And then he said to Wayne Embry, he let the GM finish. And then he said to the GM, do you know how great this player is? How do you be lazy and become a Hall of Famer? Let that resonate, ladies and gentlemen. When y'all be out here blaming and saying these words, y'all ain't never been Darren Peterson. Me either. I don't know what he's going through. I know he's going through something. And a lot of the accusations throughout the college regular season were he was load managing. He has an unethical mentality towards playing. Somebody just say he psychologically hates basketball and he loves it. Sam Mitchell knows this kid. He knows his parents. He knows his little brother. He knows his sister. He knows his grandfather. He knows his friends. He knows the community he grew up in. He didn't just meet this kid at the games. He flew to Ohio for practices on the weekend for 2 years. He said, this is an unbelievable young man. And I believe Sam. He said the parents, the mom is a midwife, dad is a businessman who played at Akron College and graduated. His little brother is going to be a good player, so look out for him. Usually the second brother be better. They're a close-knit, good family. Sam said he coached them hard. He coached their summer league team like he coached his NBA team. This boy had an NBA coach coaching him in the 9th and 10th grade. And he stayed on him. Stayed on him. By him being the best player, he put it on his shoulder. Not just, it's not just for us to play well. He said, it's for him to play well enough to get his teammates involved. He instilled that in him at a young age. Your job is to get them scholarship offers. You know you gonna get one. Who on this feed coach like that? Who on this feed ever been around a coach that talk like that? And guess what his mother's? Guess what his mother would do? Darren Peterson's mother. When Sam would light him up after a game or during halftime, the mama would walk by Sam while nobody's looking and give him a high five or a low five. Because she understood everybody around him is kissing his butt. And he needs balance because he's just a kid. His dad understood it. His dad was Sam's assistant coach. Never said a word to him, not one day in 2 years, not one word to him. Man, you coach him. That's when Sam switched him to point guard when he was young. He said they would play a whole half. He'll tell Darren, you can't shoot in the first half. You can get, you got to get all you can do and get your teammates a layup and a wide open shot in the first half. If you drive to the bucket and beat your man, you got to pass. And then he would tell him in the second half, not go win the game. Because he wanted him to understand that you can dominate a basketball game by getting your teammates wide open and good shots. And then he wanted him to understand that he had the talent to go dominate the game. All you got to do is go out and take it. So the first half, you get your teammates better. Use your ability to get to the rim and pass. Who's teaching people? Who's teaching a kid like this now? If he shot, he would take him out of the game and yell at him. It was about development. That word I keep using. It was about teaching. Rondo can't shoot, man. Hey, Rondo can't shoot, man. Don't tell me Rondo was the best at this. Rondo can't shoot. But he can dominate the ball without passing, or without shooting. But this dude can shoot it. It's about retraining his instincts. From being a scorer to a guy who understands I still have to get my teammates open. How many of y'all done said that? Ain't nobody put that. How many of y'all done said that to a young player y'all be around? I know I have. What went wrong at Kansas? Somebody asked me. We saw what was possible, but it just wasn't consistent. Can I ask y'all a question? If you had a guy that's projected to be the number one pick and can play the point guard, why would you switch him to two and off the ball? I'll wait. Ask Baxter Holmes that, Harold Tim. Forget Baxter Holmes right now. I'm giving you a question. I don't need Baxter Holmes to tell me about kids are taking time bomb. I don't need him to tell me. I'm living it. Baxter Holmes never had no AAU team. The reason I'm telling y'all this, in the midst of me talking, Harold Tillman want to talk about in 2019 Baxter Holmes. Baxter Holmes ain't got no Baxter Holmes ain't got no AAU or summer basketball team. He probably ain't had a son that was a high level player. I'm giving you some stuff that these people and I have experienced. It's a big, big difference. I hope you telling that Baxter Holmes, man, you should have been watching the Chop Shop. I sure hope you're doing that. But let me keep going. I asked the question. If you got a guy that's the projected #1 pick and can play the point guard, why would you play him at 2? For 2 years, Sam had him, and the talks and the conversations he had with him and the parents, the people around him, the guys that trains him, and the people of him being a point guard. You can go to Kansas and play point guard. That's what they told him. And I see an interview the other day with Bill Self talking about just give him the ball and let him go score. That ain't teaching him nothing. We all know he can do that. He can do that in his sleep. You can roll out of bed and do that. That's not challenging him, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all getting what I'm telling y'all right now. Baxter Holmes ain't gave you this one. It's not challenging him. Mo City Fitness, watch this. I know you coach them kids. Bill Self, you're not challenging him. And that's not what would give him a chance to be a great player. Go get a bucket. Go do him. He has got to be out there on the floor, being a floor general, what I call a table setter. He can do the other stuff. That's what he's trained to do. Hey, I got a question. When Luka has the ball, don't everybody else get open shots? Why? When Luka got the ball, everybody else get open shots. Why? Because you have to pay so much attention to Luka. As aggressive as St. John's is, when Darren was coming off them picks, he was getting trapped, but he's 6'6". He can see over the trap. You don't think he got trapped in summer basketball? High level summer basketball? You don't think that he worked on that when he got trapped? It was probably worse than he got in Kansas. So as I'm watching Kansas take him off the basketball because he was getting trapped, he knows how to play against a trap. Guess what he was taught? There's a big and there's a guard. Same thing I told my son. Make sure you give yourself enough space. Don't get too deep on the screen and roll. Bring that big out to the three-point line. Bring it out to the three-point line. And then guess what you do? When you turn that corner and you're coming downhill, you increase your speed a little bit. And when you come off that screen, attack the big or attack the weakest defender. It may be the guard. Ladies and gentlemen, the one thing I learned about coaching, the one thing that I learned by watching and analyzing these games, I just don't see the coaches attacking the other team's weakness. If I got a weakness on that defense, first of all, I know you're weak when you start playing all this zone. So I want to find out which one of these dudes you're trying to cover up. And I'm going right at his head. That's why you ain't no GM. This man keep talking about if you ain't no GM, man. Watch this, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all see it. If I'm a GM, hold up. King Stick. If I'm a GM, I'm not shooting craps on the top pick. I'm picking somebody that I feel is going to give his team his all. Okay, I got something for that too. Y'all notice it. Y'all keep that one now. I got something for that one too. Watch this. If y'all let me finish my story, I'm gonna answer all your questions. But guess what? I'm gonna answer them tomorrow. King Sticks, boy, you just got saved by the bell. Jimmy just showed up. Now I'm trying to see how I can get him in here. Okay, let me see how I can get. I want to do this. Hold up. All right, let me get Jimmy in here. Man, y'all got lucky today. Let me see, man. Boy, bringing you on, Jimmy, might be a chore today. It's kind of lagging. It won't even let me bring you in. Let me get back to this, boy. Let me see. Let me get him off there. Come on. Something is wrong. Yeah. And Jimmy, I don't think it's got nothing to do with you. I think it's got something to do with the system today. There you are. Let's just hope we can get past it. I got you, King Sticks. I got you tomorrow. Come on, Jimmy. Come on in, man.
Oh man, boy, I'm back in there, boy. Hey, hey, man, I couldn't wait to get with you guys. I want to thank everybody for the spring icebreaker, and you guys see, I'm energetic. That thing is over with. It's always a tough task, a tall task, that is, and we have, uh, you know, it's in the right direction. So we've had 217 teams. A lot of energy was in the building. Wasn't it was less divas in the building and more people just trying to get better and compete. A lot of times when you go to see these type of events, if you're watching kids compete, then that's kind of like that's the least you can ask for, especially this early in the season. Hell, this is the first time the high school age teams are playing, and it's kind of like, I think for years I'm wrestling back, and I think too many teams had, I guess, put too much emphasis on the importance of the spring icebreaker. The spring icebreaker isn't a final exam. It's basically a pop quiz, that really not a pop quiz, but a quiz that helps a lot of teams to be able to tell what they're working with and what they need to put emphasis on as they proceed and go into practice. Not understand, they don't have many practices, these older teams. They may not practice once, twice a week, but understand that, and a lot, I get it. There's generations and there's waves of people that have came in and came out of grassroots basketball with that played in the spring icebreaker. There's a multitude of coaches currently that actually played in the spring icebreaker. And I think it got to a point where people start to feel like we're not ready for that. We ain't had enough practice for that. Here's the antidote to that. This particular weekend is it's spring break, either going in or going out for the vast majority of prospects and teams or players in the whole state of Texas and beyond. You use that weekend for your power teams or your diva teams That's need to be a new name, Adam, because everybody used to call them sneaker teams. But here, everybody out there think they're a sneaker team. So you can't say sneaker team no more to these teams now because everybody say I'm a sneaker team. So either diva teams or funded teams. Funded mean you get a check from the sneaker company along with product. Some people only get product. But anyway, here's how you can approach that moving forward. You utilize that particular weekend as a training camp. They come in and you have you two practices on one. You have a practice on that Saturday morning, have another practice that Saturday afternoon. Got your 2 days, implement some stuff. Practice early, rest, practice again, and then maybe a quick walkthrough on Sunday, and then you can come and test what those young men, what you implemented on Sunday mid-morning to afternoon, play you 2 games, play, sit, play, and then you go on, then them kids go back home. That's a successful training camp. Use it as it's like a scrimmage. You playing 2 scrimmage type games to add a little fun to it. Otherwise, them kids are fresh off their high school seasons. They've been running the same plays for 3 months, Adam. You're going to come and you're going to have 1 practice, 2 practices, and you think that those kids are going to just totally remember what you planted into their minds to let's run this, screen off this, flare off this way. They're going to remember what you just said because you're not going to play no games until the following week. You're going to have to reprogram them all the way again. And the best way to learn is to get lost in the sauce for some people. I know when I go to certain cities, the best way for me to learn how to learn around them cities, how to, you get your rental car and you roll around. Best way your ass to learn. Remember, we didn't have Waze. We didn't have we didn't have no Google Maps back in the days. The best way to learn, make a wrong turn. Because now that's why I want to give you guys on that. But the unsigned senior showcase was phenomenal. With the amount of talent that showed up. I just got the phone. I meant to hop on at the top of the hour, but a damn college coach called me from up north, and he had heard about a kid from the unsigned senior showcase. He asked me about him, and I had to oblige because he's a good friend of mine. We go way back. If he was a regular guy, I'd got him off the phone. Coach, give me a call at 3 or something. I had to help him out. He's on Baller TV watching the unsigned senior games right now. Right now. I heard the guy in the little assistant coach, the head coach called me. He's watching the assistant coach had to cue all that stuff up, one of the managers. This is what it's all about. It's what it's all about. And let me tell you something, Hal. This one young man, there's a lot of kids out there, and Doug Jones did a great recap. He started out, hey guys, Doug started his blog out. He launched it this morning or yesterday. So Doug Jones got his own page, y'all. Doug, that's great. He's still a very important asset to RCS Sports. But at some point, the puppy turns into the dog, the caterpillar turns into the butterfly, and the objective is to get him out there and get him to flourish and become national. He almost ready. Doug done almost lost 100 pounds. You saw him, Adam? Mm-hmm. He almost lost a buck. That means that shows you physically that he is already implementing the change within himself. That's awesome.
It's called discipline. Got to have
getting
discipline.
it done. Getting it done. And once he get it done, he looking at the mirror every day, it's going to be a smile, and that makes him be more productive on all facets of life. Proud of him on that. And he wrote a report, but it was one young man that I mean, several of them played great. That's Doug posting his report. And I got a link to it in the VIP news on RCS Sports. You can go check it out. And And I think it's free right now. It ain't no membership to go read this report. I remember that, man. Kind of like how I started off. When I started off RCS Sports, it was free for everybody. But let me tell you one thing I learned. There was one young man. How this man was committed to play and was led to believe that he was going to be playing in the Division I team. He was committed to Navy, and I don't blame him. With all that's going on in the world, if any parent, especially if a minority baby, is planning on going into the military, if they want to change their mind or reconsider, I don't blame none of them one bit. You might not see your baby no more. But this young man, he came out and he balled, did just, what he expected to do. We expected him to ball out in that event. But here's what got me. After the event was over, that session for the unsigned seniors, Ada, I want you to listen to what I saw with my own eyes. I came and I was packing up, getting ready to go. I had a break and get ready to go to another location. Guess what I saw? Everybody had pretty much gone, all the young men. There was only 2 young men left in front of the building. It was this young man and another young man. And a car pulled up. This young man got in the back seat of that car. And I was talking to a coach outside, one of the college coaches that was there. And I saw, but I wasn't paying attention. You know what was happening. And the coach say, "You see that?" I say, "What?" Say, "That kid got in the Uber. He caught an Uber to this unsigned senior showcase. Or at least he catching it from there." I say, I look in the back seat, was this young man who came there and balled out. That speaks a whole different language to what
Jimmy,
that takes me back to the day. Hella, I remember days when we used to go on the city
think
bus.
about what you're saying. This is a new time. It's okay to get, that's really normal. But you just hadn't seen it, but that's normal transportation. Your parents can really send an Uber for you.
That's impressive to me because most kids, if they ain't got no ride, if you ain't taking them,
but
they ain't
do
going.
Have a ride. Uber, Uber is like their ride now. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, though.
What I meant, it didn't cost nobody no immediate monetary compensation for that transportation, immediate out the pocket expense. I get it, but that to that young man, understand how they had that was a school day. Friday morning, they had to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning on a school day for 12th graders. And you make the commitment to, I'm going to catch Uber. I'm supposed to go ball. What? Hey, he can't do no wrong with me. And I tell you guys his name. His name is Shea Francis from Second Baptist High School. Second Baptist High School.
I've seen that name before.
This day, hey, he want to play. When a college coach called me talking about him, and that's one of the kids the coach called about that name. I said, "Well, coach, I feel obligated. I'm gonna give you the whole roster of who played because it's just going." He definitely was a red ant in the ant bed, but there are some other kids that you might like, and here you go the roster. You can't watch one game without watching the other team. So here you go. When I see things like that young man didn't say that's remarkable. At the other side of town, he came to ball. And this is a kid, he a guy didn't have to do that. Wasn't no Division I coaches there. He's seeking for a Division I scholarship. He was committed to Navy. He going and playing during a non-live period event, unsigned senior showcase. That lets you know that he willing to get it out the mud, and that lets me know that.
Jimmy, every one of those young men who were there, I'm gonna speak for them. I don't know them. When you go to events like that, you got a certain commitment to this game. You ain't ready for this game to finish. You're gonna give it all you got. So to every one of those young men who signed up, even the guys who had to go against them, We don't know how they got. You didn't see how they got there. You know what I'm saying? You just happen to see how he got there and he left. So it's a unique thing. The thing is that that's people like the icebreaker offers that unsigned senior showcase, so these young men can, I mean, this basketball is a hard game. It's hard to get on a scholarship anywhere. You got HBCUs players getting stole by the Power Five, then HBCUs going and knocking off the Division Two and the Division Two pipeline. I read a great article about that. So the dynamics of basketball and how it's being recruited, and it's just changed so much. You know, guys can play you or can come in and play a freshman for 31 games and then tell them, man, it's time for you to move around. The game has changed. The game has changed. It's a unique dynamic, man. Just keep on getting better. And then, I love to tell the story about Kenny Smith. And I'm gonna tell a little bit tomorrow. But I never forget he was talking about when Michael Jordan first came to Chapel Hill. He could get with him a little bit because Michael couldn't handle the ball. Michael couldn't handle that ball. Michael was a jumper and a dunker on you, but he couldn't handle the ball. He couldn't shoot. So Kenny stayed up in him. He said, boy, he have never seen. He said, God didn't come down and spray some dust on top of Michael Jordan's head. Michael Jordan worked. Them young guys that you try, that's work. They come in there. Ain't no guarantees at the unsigned senior showcase. Them young guys stepped up and said, look, I'm coming in to put this work just in case somebody might see me and like me. I shout out to every young kid that showed up. Every one of them.
Yeah, man. Good thing. And so that's wanted to make sure I got that out there. And then they got, of course, plenty of news going on, and now it's grassroots season. A lot of tournaments be going on in the sneaker circuit. The live period is not until May. So Division I coaches cannot come and watch your babies play in high school, your prospective prospects, until I want to say the weekend of May the 17th. Sounds about right. And
so this whole next month, Jimmy, they should be getting prepared to get better. So they in May, if they think that you need to use this month as some work, you need to go to work this month.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always tell
you
them
fine tune,
huh?
Well, they're gonna play in different events leading up into the live period, and what you're trying to do is, a lot of people don't know it, and it's gonna be too late when a lot of people actually see it. There are certain parts of the country where most of their players are already going to be swole. They're going to be stronger. They're going to be more aggressive from certain parts of the country because they play a different brands of basketball in different places. And collectively, a lot of our kids down in Greater Houston most of them are not strong enough. And I get it. I'm talking about, for us, the physique is not there. You're gonna have to. If you watch the college kids, it's inevitable. If you're gonna play at any level that's beyond high school, you're going to be required. It's mandatory that you're going to need to get stronger. But to get stronger, why not start the process earlier? You're gonna have to do it. And so, but like you said, how do you use these weeks coming up? They're going to be able to try to maximize their chemistry with these teams. A lot of people are going to move around. You're going to put so much emphasis. Remember, an exam is not necessarily your midterm exam. Your midterm exam is not necessarily your final exam. It's an exam. A quiz ain't the exam. So we got to put certain things in perspective to understand what each event that you play in, the value in what you're trying to do. Yes, you want to win. It's important for many to win, and it feels good. But at the same time, you losing in a grassroots event in March does not you no and you beating a grassroots team, I mean a funded program in March is not going to get you a sneaker deal. It's not going to happen. They've already done it for this cycle. You're not getting a sneaker deal. It's great to do it. And if I'm some of you guys, don't turn mess around and turn back the clock. Win is certain types of ways to win. You can reward yourself and applaud yourself without shitting on the team, the funded team that you might be lucky enough to beat. Because if you do that, it's almost like fighting the champ. They may be reluctant to give you another opportunity ever again to play them. So you got to respect the game. Some of you independent teams, if you are fortunate enough to get the opportunity to play and beat one of the funded teams, appreciate it, give it, respect it, then go celebrate. You don't go in, oh, they sorry, we need a deal. No, don't do that. Don't do that. And that's one of the biggest flaws within grassroots basketball. Everybody
What's wrong with them? What's
been,
wrong with them bragging about it? What's wrong?
No, they can brag about it, but don't shit on the other team in the process of doing so. Celebrate you, not their defeat. Celebrate your victory. That's the thing. That's all I'm saying. Because then what happened is when we're doing these schedules, man, we don't want to play them. Why you don't want to play them? No, man, it's too much, man. We had to last time we played them, guys, coaches was doing this, parents, they would antagonize and all in my parents' face.
Okay. I got
you know, so it's ways to do it. And if you do it, it's gonna be respect, and they'll be like, okay, respect. Them dudes good. I like that there. You know who was good at that at one time, Hatter? Back in the days when your son was coming through 15 years ago? The Houston Hoop Stars with Keith White. He's back on the scene now. I think he's coaching with the Blue Chips, I think. Somebody told me. But Keith White had the Houston Hoop Stars. They were an independent program for about a decade before he finally got a deal, almost a decade, and he ended up getting a deal with Adidas because he had a player named Cameron Ridley who Adidas felt that they had projected to be a possible pro, NBA pro. It doesn't always work out. Most of the times it don't. Let's be real. But when Keith White the independent team would beat you, they beat you with grace.
Oh yeah.
They celebrated their win. They wasn't studying about your defeat.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it became habitual. So this is all I'm saying. Don't get in people's face with your win, celebrating their loss. Those people in agony right now. You just look at them and nod your head, give you a high five, but you keep your space. Don't invade a person's personal space as you are celebrating. You know, because then you're asking and you're inviting for some drama. So that's all I'm saying with that. So shout out to, hey guys, see all you guys out there. Hey, can you share the show right now? As we get ready we're 41 minutes past the hour. 41 minutes past the hour. How to shift gears. Enough of the high school grassroots stuff for today. That's enough on that. I'm quite sure you'd probably talk college ball.
Not enough.
You talk NBA today?
No, not enough. We can talk about whatever. We can go. We probably go. Just whatever you want to talk about.
Well, I mean, you got Sweet 16 time, girls. I mean, man, I tried. I mean, let me tell y'all something, man. I watched some of the girls' basketball in there. There was so many blowouts, man. It's NIL ain't working for girls basketball. It ain't working for girls.
No, it's working, Jimmy. It ain't. NIL ain't working for this either. Jimmy, the same team still winning.
Yeah. No. More. I get it now, but then you had in the regular season, you had some intriguing amount of wins. You had some good undercurrents in the regular season. Now the cream has rose to the top. It's only the second time that all Power Five or P4 schools made it to the Sweet 16. And we know what the first time was? Last year. This 2 years in a row. The only two times in modern day, in the history of NCAA men's basketball tournament, the only 2 years, ironically, is the 2 years of the NIL. How about that? If you thought about that, that all 16 teams, the final ones, are from the power conferences. And it's working in that aspect. Straight kicking butt, they are. The Big Ten has 6 teams, SEC 4, Big 12 has 3. And I think ACC and Big East may fill the gaps with the other. But in H-Town, everybody got their wish, and it was, they still got to play the games. But man, the table is set for University of Houston. That in Illinois, that's 3 Big Ten teams are joining University of Houston in the Toyota Center starting Thursday. There'll be, I think, is it
Thursday?
Yeah, they're gonna play Thursday and Saturday,
Thursday, Saturday.
right?
Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah, Thursday and Saturday. A doubleheader on Thursday, and one game the winner plays for the right to go to the Final Four on Saturday. That's once again U of H, Illinois,
It's gonna be a good game.
and of course Nebraska and Iowa are the other 2 teams. 2 teams that nobody thought would be there.
But they Power
Regarding
5
the
conference
Iowa.
teams, though.
But Nebraska started off undefeated. They won their first 20 games, and people still was like, they Nebraska. Just wait. And Nebraska is right there on the and their fans have been a storyline within themselves. And all U of H got to do is keep being U of H. Keep being U of H. And then everything probably will work on out. All right. Shout out to Rice University for being the host of this event and their staff. H-Town, I'm just hoping, man, that
Jimmy, what is the responsibilities of the host team? Because TSU was the host team a few years back. What's
travel? Some of the dignitaries, the administrators in town. You're in charge of setting up and with some of the with the local establishments and the eateries, and you got shuttles from here and there. Those you had a little signs on the white vans. That's part of goes into the task of being the host. You're in charge of taking care of all that and more and beyond. They have presidents, administrators, distinguished boosters. They're in charge of getting them, and making sure they're comfortable during the stay. But it's going to be a great weekend. Great weather on tap. I think a cool front is supposed to come in, but not until this event is probably concluded. Like I was about to mention earlier, the airport right now, Hobby Airport appears to be the airport if you can fly into or out of. It appears to be the one that you probably need to fly out of. The Bush Intercontinental is a hot mess right now. 4-hour wait times just to get through the checkpoint. That is a lot. Only 2 checkpoints were open this morning. And that airport, guys, if you don't understand that, you're not from Houston, they're already under construction at that airport. So it's already stuff that was hindering you from getting a smooth transit through the airport already. I'm talking about for us on the outside. And of course, the lines are on the inside, which trickles out. But make sure, guys, that you do your homework before flying up out of Houston. For some people, it may be worth it to go and drive to fly into Austin if you're coming from out of town and drive the 2.5 hours from Austin or even San Antonio, and then come into Houston and then get your rental car and fly back out that way. Rather than, hell, if you think about it, I wait 4 hours, hell, I gotta wait 4 hours. Hell, I can go and do that and sit down in the wait line and move around, listen to some music.
Jimmy, I was in it the first day it happened when we were leaving for Atlanta. I don't never want to be in that again. And this was at Hobby. We got there. I'm clear and I'm pre-check and global entry. Guess what? Wasn't none of them working. Jimmy, it was like a third world country in there, man. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna give you one word, like I was telling everybody else. Trump. That's why it's and do me a favor, because my man called me this morning. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, go to the what's that? Project 2025 on page 159. And you'll know exactly, when you come back to the show tomorrow, you'll say, oh, they plan on doing this. They trying to make chaos here so they can privatize it so somebody can get rich off of the TSA and all of that. Dude, it's been a plan all the time. And Jimmy, right now, Jimmy, this the crazy thing about it, and then I'm gonna let you go. Right now, the Congress has voted on to fund them, TSA. He said, no, not until y'all, the CARE this act, I ain't doing nothing until y'all. No, you don't do that, man. You don't do that. So that's what I'm telling y'all. That dude y'all voted for, your friends voted for, that's why we're in this mess. But keep on going, Jimmy. Let's finish up. We don't have to stay on that.
To your point, before we got I want to add another important, interesting fact that took place on that. The people over in Atlanta, that's based in Atlanta, the airline, that's Delta, that Hartsfield, which is the nation's largest airport, they took over from O'Hare, used to be the nation's largest airport. Well, Delta has announced that they are closing the distinguished desk or the entrance for all of that normally the dignitaries, the congresspersons, they have their own gate they can go through.
Yeah.
Delta has closed that. So that the members of Congress can stand their ass in line like the other people now and get to feel the wrath of that.
Absolutely.
We'll see if any other airline follows suit.
Absolutely.
But Delta has done so. They saying they're closing that desk because you're causing them all type of havoc with their flights. And think about the multitudes of missed flights, and you got to reassign these people for the next day. People are sleeping in the airports. They are on little bunk beds, like you in some type of detainee camps.
It's unbelievable.
I can only imagine how some of these planes smelling right now. Because people that's been waiting and missed planes, and they had a chance to get on the right side of their hygiene because they've checked bags, man. So anyway, that's wanted to get that out there on that. But NBA had, I think, is heating up. Of course, we wind coming around the corner, around the curve for the last quarter of this thing, and your MVP race is starting to heat up a little bit, and Wemby last night added a little spice. To the race with his comments.
I would have played it, but we lagging too much, so I'm not gonna play it. But he had a unique. I like that.
And so they asked Wemby, and Wemby he had been waiting on somebody to ask that question. It's almost like it was staged almost. It was right on cue. He asked the reporter, if you didn't see it, the reporter basically asked Wemby, make his case. Why does he feel he should be the MVP? and without hesitating, he rolled off 3
Bad, man.
points of emphasis that concluded with him letting people know we done dominated OKC and your boy over there from old Canada. We got him 3 times with full throttle, and the other time we got him with a reserve, the rotation players. And for a young fella to go out in the middle of the street with his smack talk and with his confidence, put it like that. It ain't smack, it's just confidence in himself. They asked him a question about him. And he responded about his team, what all his team has did. Then plus what he did and his emphasis on the defensive end as well as the offensive end. And it ain't the point about who leading and scoring. It's about who's the value. It's the most valuable player. And we tend to make that into other things. And it was almost like we put such a strong emphasis on points because think about it, most of the workouts that you see people spend their $50 an hour to $100 an hour for, most of those workouts are geared toward getting a score or getting in position to score. Not many of the workouts do you see the person geared to reject the score, prohibit, or disrupt the score. That means by ways of defense. On a consistent, repeated level with emphasis. So it don't become sexy. But Wemby, 25 points, 5 block shots. He's done that at least 10 times this season alone. The whole rest of the NBA has done it 10 times combined. That is remarkable. And this team is winning.
Oh, he's special.
This team is winning. You got Stephon Castle, who once again, his stock has gone up out the roof. De'Aaron Fox has been given a new life. He don't even have to go at full throttle every night. De'Aaron Fox ain't got to score 25 points to get a W.
No.
Harrison Barnes, he was the 12th man on the Olympic gold medal team up to was the last Olympics or the 2 Olympics ago. He was the 12th man. He's been given a new life. And I'm talking about a new, like it's value now. It ain't like, man, he's stealing money. He's producing now. Mm. And the Spurs, guess what? They're fun to watch. They're fun to watch.
I love them. I mean, I used to
for a hot moment.
That boy, Wemby is special, man. Wemby is special.
I mean, and it, for a moment, you got to realize, I mean, we had a good little run last year with Chet Holmgren and Wemby, but now it's like,
Chet don't want none of that.
Still there.
Chet don't want none of that.
But now, Chet is still going to be on the USA Olympic team with the next one that comes.
But I'm just saying he don't want none of that.
No, he's great. No, but Chet is great. This dude here is generational.
I repeat again, Chet don't want none of him. That's all. Because you got a great dude against a generational dude, so he don't want none of that.
Yeah, I mean, Chet. You know what? If we would Chet get a chance,
I pick Wemby over Chet any day of the week. I would.
This is going to be a fun thing. And you know what? Houston Rockets, they know they're not good enough to win the championship this year, guys. They know it. The deal is right now they're just trying to.
Why you figure they know?
They know it. They know it. They know it. They know it. You know what you're good enough to do to just survive this year, and then you can make. They got to make adjustment and get another trade in. They don't want Fred VanVleet. They don't want VanVleet.
Why didn't they go out and get somebody during the trade deadline?
Because they're gonna load up, they're gonna use that money for Fred VanVleet because they can't afford to play him this year. Because if you play him at the end, right in the
That ain't
playoffs,
Jeff.
when he can come back,
That ain't.
and if
That ain't.
anything happen,
I think it's
that's a hell of a
malpractice.
bad.
It's malpractice. Because KD is 100 years old, man. You ain't got that many shots at the apple. So
But they
you
signed him 4
can't be
years. He got
waiting
one
for
more
no
load up for next year. They're
next
gonna
year.
load
Ain't
up for
no
next year.
guarantee.
But here's the deal, though. They know they don't have enough to win 3 rounds of 7 in the postseason.
I
To
don't
win
think they don't
12
know.
games.
I don't think. I don't get
Now,
that
what
out
they
of them.
do know, what I believe they do know that they have a team that's good enough to keep any one team, one of them, from winning, from getting advancing. Meaning that they might not be able to win all them series in a row, but they can keep all but maybe 2 programs in the West from winning 4 out of 7.
They got
They can keep you
they got
winning 4 out of
enough.
7.
I think they just got some kind of way. They got to limit Tari Eason's ass on the basketball floor. Any way they can limit his time on the basketball floor. He makes the dumbest basketball plays to be an NBA player that I've ever seen in my life. Unbelievable. They can figure out a way to keep him off the floor. Whoever we can put in for him, keep him off the floor. Because he gonna jack something off. I mean, he gonna mess something up. So he's a weak link to me. I mean, if you got to
Hold
watch
on.
the game, very weak link. What'd you say?
Hold on. Sangoon's defense not a weak link.
No, but Sangoon can make up in other areas. This dude can't make up in no area. At least Sangoon is a plus. All you got to do is look at the plus minus. Sangoon is way more valuable than him. I ain't saying he's great. Only thing the Rock is missing, and I hate that he's gone. Steven Adams, they were playing on a whole different get extra shot. And that twin, he can't play dead in the Tarzan movie. But they still winning. Still winning. I don't understand. But it is what it is. That's it. It's 2:00. That means it's limit Finney Smith too.
Huh?
He said limit Finney Smith too. Finney Smith too. Yeah. Yeah, but anybody, but this dude, Tyree just don't know how to. Nothing against him. He just don't know how to play. I mean, some people just don't know how to play, man.
You see your kid out the league again, man. He got cut again.
Ain't my
Old
kid.
Cam Smith.
I told y'all about him when I went to the summer league. When he first, I told y'all about him.
I told y'all about him. I said, and I got the word. They say, man, he's Daniel House. Well, he's what Daniel House, the pains that Daniel House gave towards the Rockets. That's what I mean. Not Daniel House, the person. That's a whole different bubble. Daniel House came out the bubble with a jacket on his back. But you know what I'm talking about.
I come to the summer league when he was a rookie. And I saw his folks in the stands about to fight everybody in the stands. I said, this kid ain't gonna make it to the league. Arguing and cussing and fussing and talking about what they'll do to everybody in the stands. I knew this kid. His performance had to outweigh his problem. And Jimmy.
By far. Jimmy. It had to be by far. I just outweigh it.
Did you hear what Doc just said, man? Y'all know what it is.
Really?
Doc Rivers said, don't even ask me that question. Y'all know what it is. Why this boy ain't, we put this boy off this team. He said, don't even play no games with me. Y'all know why his ass ain't playing.
Doc ain't say that, man.
Go Google it. Go Google it. Go Google what Doc said about it.
See, guys, what you guys got to start listening. We start telling you, especially when it comes to the Houston Rockets. It ain't hard to go and pull up the rug and see what's up under the rug in Houston with this team in Houston. But based on the people that we know that's right there in the room, in the gym, and in the rooms outside of the gym, it ain't nothing to pull up the rug and find out. At the same time, it ain't my consistent arena.
Man, you know who it is. The burner account, dude. It's some people told me about him a long time ago, man. And I just refused to believe because he's nice to me. I refuse to be it. But boy, I wouldn't even tell y'all on this show the stuff that I know about the Burner Cap kid. But Jimmy, hold up. What we was talking about, some people might not know. The Milwaukee Bucks were waiving Cam Thomas last week after signing him.
I said Cam Smith. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
I
that's
said
all
Cam
right.
Smith.
That's
I
all
meant
right.
Cam Thomas.
He said he was a key. You know, they said he was going to be. Doc said he could be this and it. But see, this is what got me, y'all. Starting the year, he wanted 40 million a year. He rejected 30 million for 2 years. Signed for 6 million for 1 year. Cut by the Nets, then cut by the Bucks last night. That dude there, they don't want Jimmy. They gonna make an example out of this dude. I'm telling you. Jimmy, they ain't gonna even let him in the G League. Take you and your crazy ass family, and y'all can go get a Rosetta Stone somewhere and act a fool over there. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, that kid, that different, man. That kid different. Oh my God. I just can't even talk about it. I tell you, we would get off there.
I mean, understand that's what people don't realize. Man, that dude was a bucket. That dude was a bucket. Yeah, but if your bucket, if the headache I have after the game is over, even after a win, if the coaches ain't supposed to have headaches after a win with you,
That's a good point.
And it's some of you guys that play on the amateur level know exactly what I'm talking about because you experienced a young man or a kid that even when you win, it's like, man, my head hurt, man. You know,
dude, for real, man.
It got to be available.
I'm trying to find that doc quote for you.
Get yourself saying.
Hold up. I'm trying to find that doc. Yeah, hold up. Doc. But keep on talking, man.
Yeah, I mean, so beware. Because many of you guys have options on where you want to play. And if somebody's going to cause that much stress in the life of your sons and as well as you, just for watching for a ball game, then you exercise your options. Some people just don't want to play with some people, and you can exercise that right.
Doc Rivers on why Cam Thomas fell out of favor with the coaching staff in Milwaukee. He said, there are things that we don't even need to talk about. In other words, y'all know this. What he said, y'all know this crazy. Wow. Unbelievable. Man, let's get out of here, man. Comment. I got some things to do. But
no comment. So I mean,
make
sure, guys, it's time to slide down Dino's back. Yabba dabba do this thing on this Tuesday.
Yes.
Taco Tuesday in the house. And make sure you share the show on your way out the door. Hit that share button. It still goes onto your pages or it goes to your groups. And they can still come back and watch the Chop Shop later. If you're on the YouTube watching the Chop Shop, you can share it to any of your social media platforms. And everybody will be pleased and they'll tell them to thank you later. I want to I talk more spring icebreaker on tomorrow. I talk more a transfer portal on tomorrow and establish some stuff about that. I'll talk high school coaches carousel. There are some jobs that I think about to open up and some have already opened. I'll share that with you as well. You guys, meanwhile, you can go to rcssports.com in the morning and you might get a sneak peek on all three of those topics. So see you guys. Share the show. Peace. We are out of here now.
See you tomorrow. Hold up.